boss battle with Euryale. A couple really quick tips. First, use the hammer when fighting this boss. Also, the second tip is you need to learn how to counter her stone gaze, because that'll make killing her a lot easier. Because it gives you some magic and a little bit of health. Also, you want to use the hammer when fighting this boss, because you don't have a lot of time to attack her because she's so fast. So using the hammer is going to do a lot of damage to her quickly. The only attack that you can't block or counter, you actually might be able to counter it, I haven't tried. But the only attack that you can't block easily against this first stage of the boss is her overhead tail swing when she's on her belly. After you do enough damage to her, she will start climbing up pillars on the left or the right side. And this is a somewhat easy stage of the boss. She does a couple different attacks. She does one attack where she does what she did right there. She kind of sprays the ground with her stone gaze. And then I usually let that freeze me. And then, if you wait long enough to break out of the stone, after you turn the stone, if you wait long enough, she will climb up the pillar and jump on the ground to try to hurt you. But you can easily jump over the attack, or the shockwave, the reverberations of that attack, and then attack her. So, here's the strategy. Let her freeze you, just to paraphrase, I guess. Let her freeze you. Don't jump when that attack comes at you, because you'll get frozen midair and then die instantly as soon as you get the ground. So let her freeze you and then wait a second or two to break out of the attack. And then as she jumps onto the ground, just avoid the shockwave. With the hammer at level 1 right now, I counted between 10 and 12 attacks with 10 and 12 hits on her by pressing triangle. Will get her to the stage where you can attack her while she's on the pillar, and then get the circle above her head to destroy the pillar. The only issue with this strategy is that you can attack her for days and days, but if you don't hit her once or twice while she's on the pillar, you'll never get that circle to appear over her head. So after doing between 10 and 12 hits on her on the Titan difficulty, remember I'm playing on the Titan difficulty, not easy or something like that. Between 10 and 12 hits on her with the triangle, the overhead hard attack, will get her to the point that you can attack her and get the circle to appear. The last stage of the boss is the hardest by far. She's extremely fast, and hopefully you haven't used any magic yet, or have full magic at least, because you're going to want to keep your distance from her as much as possible, because that attack that she does right there, you can't block. You just cannot block it. It's very damaging. She's very fast. Just use the Titan's Bane as much. Hopefully you'll do enough damage to her where you can hit her with a couple small. Oh, wow, I got extremely lucky that I didn't die there. Hopefully you can do enough damage to her with Titan's Bane that you can just hit her a couple times with your chains to get the circle. So you go through the push button sequence and you get a new weapon. Not only do you kill the boss, a fairly difficult boss at that, you get a new weapon. Anytime you get a new weapon in the game, they usually have a stage where you have unlimited magic. So it gives you an opportunity to learn how to use the new weapon. It's a pretty helpful weapon. These are very easy enemies to use it against. And after sacrificing, I think it said 3 or 5 enemies, by shattering them, oh, it must be 5. After freezing 3 or 5 of them, or 5, sorry, then you get to move on.